Yes, people, back for another week. This is the BBNIC show. I am your host, Host Cnote, Ray Charles, the Hood Ray Charles, Blind Papi if you nasty, whether it's your mother, your daughter, your grandmother, but that's another different story. That's another episode. First thing first, we going shout out to the producer Eden for every week bringing high quality to YouTube and iTunes. We appreciate that. Another thing, Black Lives Matter, but Asian lives do too. We don't have to be out here beating on them. If you see something, say something, help them. Over the week, I seen it was a 65-year-old lady getting beat up by, an Asian lady getting beat up by somebody, and the man just closed the doors. That could be your grandmother, that could be your mother, that could be your sister. And that's something we not trying to do. So if you see something, say something, help another. We could hold hands and take over the world in a positive way. Another thing, before we even get into the episode, it's 3 things I want people to remember. The 3 shots didn't defeat me, they motivated me. So 1 shot equal hustle, the other one determination, the other one is dedication. So we gonna close our eyes and we gonna walk down this street. We ain't gonna hit no light pole. We ain't gonna hit no car, no bike gonna run us over. And we gonna start off like this. Coming home, I have to get on Social Security now. They only giving me $333 a month. And how I'm supposed to survive off this little bit of money? I got a kid. I got responsibilities. I got phone bills. How I'm gonna make it throughout the months with this little bit of money? Clothes, sneakers. I can't afford it because if I buy a pair of sneakers, my money is gone. So the support of my mother giving me money, my second mother, Moosey, she's sending me money at a time just to make ends meet, just to help me survive through the months. And I really appreciated that. But I took that and said, what could I do to get me out of these times? Because $300 a month, I remember when the Barclays Center first opened, I went downtown and I bought a Brooklyn Nets hat and a Adidas sweater and my money was gone. And I'm in a concert watching Jay-Z and it's like, damn, all right, this is the beginning of October. I got a whole 29 more days to go. What I'm going to do now? So it was frustrating. Just think about it. You really sit up there trying to budget $300. It's not going to work. So I tried to put $100 aside to spend the $200. It still didn't work. Your kids want food. You see nice things that you want. And it's like you can't get it because you worry about tomorrow. And I'm self-made. I'm different. I don't like to ask for help. I don't like to go to my mother or somebody to lean on somebody because I'm independent with it. Now, we're going to open our eyes. And the reason why I made that point is because I was 21 at the time. I wanted to stand on my own. I didn't want to depend on nobody. So I took my troubled times and make the best of it. How can I come out of these hard times? It was a point in time nobody went and give me the opportunity to do nothing. I used to go to parties and I said, damn, let me try this party thing. So I'm in the parties. The first party I ever threw, only 7 people came out. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong that they got right? That they moving? I was confused behind it. And I realized nobody not going to give you nothing. You got to go out there. You got to hustle. You got to do your research. You got to find ways to get it. You got to motivate yourself. Because if you're waiting for somebody else to do it, you're not going to get far. So I started studying the party scene. My first party was a 100% flop, but it didn't knock me down. I started studying it because this little bit of money not going to get me by. So I got to find other ways. I started studying the party scene. I started going to different parties. I started learning the game little by little. So then I linked up with some people. I mean, shout out to Black Trav, because it was his link that put us together to make a movement, the Family of Bosa Entertainment movement. So the first party I threw, after my situation of the 7 people, I walked home with $500 and I'm like, this is way more money that the government is giving me. I really felt the government was bullshit. On top of that, I didn't have enough working coins because I was doing EMT way before my incident, I have enough working coins for them to give me that extra money. So it put me in a dark space where I didn't know what was next for me. Is I'm gonna have my mother depend on my mother and my family to take care of me for the rest of my life. That's something I didn't want to do. First part, I made $500. I'm like, all right, let me add something new to this. We started doing parties till I started seeing more money. I'm like, all right, now I got the recipe. So I used to go to certain people, certain promoters in New York, and I'm like, my name is Cnote. I'm trying to do X, Y, Z, this, that, and the third. Let's exchange contacts. Maybe we could do something in the future. And he looked at me and said, all right, take my email. And I'm like, yeah, email, bro? I'm like, nah, cool. I'm good, bro. Don't worry about it. Because it was like, I'm going to these clubs. I'm going to promote it, and they see me as being blind. They don't want to give me an opportunity. They don't want to give me a shot. The first thing they think, like, what can this blind person do? Like, let's be real. This blind nigga can't bring no crowd, no money to my club. So I'm like, all right. It was times when promoters cut me out the deal and took my business partners. And that shit used to really fuck me up. I'm like, damn, like, little do they know I am the connections. I'm the reason why this whole FOB movement is moving. I'm bringing people out. I'm bringing bottles. I got a lot to bring to the table, but they never took that chance with me. So I'm like, all right, cool. I used to go to parties, still be mad, because I'm like, at the end of the night, he cutting that check. I'm just going home drunk. So what I'm saying is never give up. The average millionaire got 7 hustles. Find your hustle. I used to come up, I had a business called Evil Money. What I was selling t-shirts and all that, didn't have no idea of which direction I tried to go in. I had Jungle D with the lingerie magazine, which I'm still focused on, but I just put it on pause at this moment. I had Family of Bosses. I used to come every day. I had a different adventure of what I'm trying to do to make this money. I even considered selling sex toys. It never got me far. So it's like, sometimes you got to explore. You can't limit yourself. You can't limit yourself, because you never know what might be next. That could really open the doors to save you. That was the hustle in me. I didn't stop. I wasn't satisfied getting money from my family. So I took it to another level. Then after a while, certain promoters started recognizing whatever, and they gave me that chance. Then that $500, $600 turned to, I counted $2,000 on my hand, and I'm like, damn, I'm making this type of money, and this was on some every other week type shit. I'm like, I'm feeling good about myself. I did this. So, I went through the proper channels. I went and got the LLC, and it's important to have that LLC. That LLC could take you a long way. It could take you a long way in the business world. Growing up in school, we was taught to be a doctor. We were taught to be your average basketball player, but they never taught you about owning shit, owning businesses. And that's why I feel like the school system should change. Because we should teach more kids about real estate and owning property and owning your own businesses. And the crazy thing about it, I was reading this book, and he made a good point. Like, you could go to China, you ain't gonna see black businesses set up in China and all these other places. But you walk in our neighborhood, it's all over. It's all different race and gender, but where do we come in at? So I feel like we gotta put more money into pretty much in our hood, in our neighborhood. And that's why I'm the voice of the shit, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build. I'm trying to show my son is like a lawyer, a doctor, a teacher is cool, but let's own this building. Instead of being that lawyer, own that law firm. Let's own this school. Let's own these laundromats. Let's own these corner stores. It's possible we can do it. But I feel sometimes as people, we ignorant with it. So as my party career start going on, more opportunities start opening up, more doors start opening up. And I'm like, yo, I got it. So now when the new people come to me, I don't turn them away, because I know how I feel. I put them under my wing. I try to help them. I try to coach them, because it was hard for me. So why would I make it hard for them? I'm going to give you the blueprint, and then you take that and you go run with it. And that's what we should do as black people. We supposed to be lifting each other up. I didn't have that. So, I mean, this episode, I got mixed emotions about the business aspect of a lot of things. Because the door got closed way before it even opened for me. So dark the light moments, everybody know I passed the EMT test. I worked for the FDNY. But prior to that, my journey of getting into that school, getting into the FDNY field, I went to Fire Department of Life and Safety High School, Thomas Jefferson. I'm in there. I was fighting, always getting phone calls. Christopher fighting. So shout out to one day, this man called Mr. Green. He came to me, he like, yo, you fighting, won't you take some of that anger and come to this class? Let's see if I can change your mind. I'm like, all right, cool, it ain't gonna work. First day I'm in there, I see childbirth. I'm like, damn, that's how I look? He like, yeah, that's how I look. I need you to, just come in for a week, try to, fill it out. I came there for a week, I fell in love with the school. I fell in love with the class, the course that they was giving out. Plus, they was encouraging us to come to school even more because they was paying us money every week just to come to this program early in the morning and be on time. So I dedicated myself to this program. I work hard. Toward the end of the year, this is the time when we take the state test. So everybody getting their papers back from the state test, and I'm like, where's my paper at? And he like, oh, they denied you because you're on probation. And I'm like, what? So I'm mad for the simple fact, because it's like, being that I made a mistake in my past, it's going to hunt my future. It's stopping my future. And I didn't understand that. He was like, yeah. But I got to honestly thank the instructors I had, Santos and Fortes and Brown and Lieutenant Miller and Mahon, that they pushed for me to take that test. Every day I was waking up, I had to go run here to get a disposition. I had to run here, sign papers. I had to do this just for me to get that paper to say you are eligible to take the state test. All right, it's time for me to take the state test. I didn't take it when everybody else took it. So I had to take mine later on. Now we out of school. I done graduated out of high school. And it's more because now I'm not getting that proper training from the EMT class to get me prepared for this test. The first test, I failed by 1 point. I went home, that shit fucking me up. I just found out I got a kid on the way. Like, what I'm gonna do now? I went to Barnes and Nobles. I picked up every book I could get for this test. And I studied, I read. I was traveling to Flushing, Queens. It was taking me an hour, damn near an hour and a half to 2 hours just to get to the academy at Fort Tyler from Brooklyn. But it didn't stop me. I'm getting the proper work. I'm writing down stuff. I'm testing myself because I was dedicated. I was dedicated to passing this test. I was motivated to passing this test. I put the hustle in it. Test day come. I took my son picture out the wallet and I put it on the table. I said, I'm not only doing this for me, I'm doing it for him. I took the test. I passed the test with a 95. So for that moment, I sat there, and the light side of that was, these people didn't give up on me. I studied to get what I wanted, and I got it. I have my mixed emotions about the fire department. I mean, from my previous episodes, you see I said I would never go back if I would ever see again, because I felt like they could have did more. They could have did better, but at the end of the day, it's not personal. I guess it's a business of things. And if y'all out there, y'all watching this, y'all can contact me and let me know the flip side of how everything worked. Because I looked at it like the same way y'all pushed me to take this test, and y'all pushed me to get through this probation and made sure I was eligible to take this test. I felt like we could have pushed to see what doctors out there that y'all could have brought to me to even try to give me back a little bit of my vision. And I felt y'all lacked in that. Sometimes I felt like I was just a lab rat. We going stick them with this, run around and see like the experiment, whatever the case may be. I could be wrong. I don't know. But that's how I felt. I felt like I was in the dark and y'all ain't put the ambulance lights on me to shine. Y'all didn't let them lights shine on me, and that's how I feel personally. And y'all know my Facebook. Y'all can write me and tell me if it ain't like that. We can sit down, we can talk about it. I'm all open to it. You feel me? Another light to moment. We had this spot every Thursday. We moving. I'll never forget with the first Thursday, I was nervous. Because it's like, yo, if you don't bring in a certain amount, you got to pay. All right, cool. I'm texting my sister at the door. Shout out to Tatiana. Congratulations on the twins. You ring the bell, it's going to be, oh, fuck no. They go to twins. And I'm running my room and lock the door because your kids is bad and you bought 2 more in the world. I am not ready for that. So she at the door. She do all my doors. And this crazy thing about it, because when the party word open up, what I'm going to do, I got to get a new door girl because she's not there now. So I'm texting. I say, yo, how is it? She said, yo, nobody here, bro. And then I'm like, damn, because it's like, this is $600 in my pocket that I'm going to lose because nobody coming in to pay these bills. I'm texting her again. Nah, nothing, bro. Only 2 people. Oh, only 3 people. I'm like, all right. And now we started at 9 o'clock. 12 o'clock. Yo, bro, it's a line outside. I'm like, it's a line outside? She said, it's a line outside. Then she texts me back, yo, I need change. We go get change. She texts me back, we need more change. I say, yo, Tati, how many people in here? She said, yo, it's over 100 people. That relief lifted off my shoulders. Because sometimes you got to believe in yourself. You can't doubt yourself when things don't look bad in the beginning. Keep running that race. Break that rope. Because in the long run, I went home $1,500 after staff was being paid. I felt good about myself. I'm bringing awareness to people. Like, I'm FOB Cnote in these clubs. Now, every week they coming out is, hey, Cnote, what's up, Cnote? And it's like, I'm like a community. I'm a public figure for the community. It was one time, it was 3 paddy wagons outside the party, and they came and said, oh, who is the person that's throwing this party? And where I'm from is like talking to cops and all that. That's not us. But I said, okay, I had to pull my pants up and get professional with it now. Because I am a business. I am a walking business. I went outside, hey, how you doing? My name is Cnote. You know, my real name is Chris, though. What's the problem, officer? He said, oh, no, it's no problem. You just went rival 5 times within the past 3 days. We just wanted to see what type of party this was. I said, oh, no, this is a calm party. Everybody of age. We having good times. There's no fights, no drama. I've been doing this for 2 months. And it's been peaceful ever since. He said, okay, cool. He said, I'm going to stay out here for an hour. And if that's so, we going to leave. I said, no problem. From there, I went to the security guards. I said, listen, we going to work with them. We don't want no problems. And I ain't trying to take money out of my son's mouth. We gonna go. I'm gonna get my sister. She gonna collect the money. You look at the IDs at the other security guard. Search them. Let's get these people in here. Give them no reason. We did that. He said, I like the way you move. He said, yo, keep being who you are and enjoy your night. And I went back inside and I sat there and said, I made a decision up for the business. I could have been an ignorant. I'm not talking to them. I'm not doing this only because what the cops done in the past. But nah, it's a business. So if you home right now, you feel like the ideas you have is stupid, it's never stupid. Do more research into it. Read more books. Audio books is my best friend right now. Because if I don't understand nothing, I read a book. I go on YouTube. And the crazy thing about it is before I did this podcast, I did research behind doing this podcast. Then turned around and came to a consultation with Wheezy, which shaped this body of work that I put out every week. And that's an opportunity that she done gave me to present this to y'all every week where y'all at in y'all homes and everything else. So every idea is not a stupid idea. You just got to put the work behind it. You got to hustle. You got to put that dedication in. You got to put that motivation, that determine that you trying to get this off the ground. Because that's what I do. If you're a driver, look into the trucking business. It's black-owned masseuses. You don't got to go to school for a lot of these things. Just push. Be business-minded. Questions I got is, what's some of the hard times I face being in the dark when it came to financial? It was times when, yo, bro, we going to the strip club, whatever the case may be. And it's like, I always had this thing in my head. You can't go to the strip clubs and not throw no money. So boom, I get $100. And shout out to Des too, my aunt, because it didn't matter. We always in the strip club, we teed up. And she like, yo, Chris, it's a big booty over here. It's a big booty over here. And I remember it was one club in particular. It was Scarlet. Shout out to Scarlet's. I went and got $100 in singles. And the girl started clapping her ass. Just put like that, she walked out with my Social Security money. And I was pissed off, mad, going home. Because now it's like, I am broke. What I'm going to do for the rest of this month? It's going to be a oodles and noodles, poke beans and franks, peanut butter and jelly, cereal type of month. Because it's like, you don't want to ask nobody for money. And then you got to say, oh, so what happened to your money? Oh, I gave it to the stripper. So now it's like, I paid the stripper bills and my bill's not paid. So I had to hold that down. And Desi did that to me a couple of times to a point. It's like, now, here's $1. You get 100 single to make it look good. But then you only throw 10 and you put the 90 in your pocket. It's something called budgeting. And that's what I learned how to do more of. I used to get money and fuck it up. To now, I know the importance of $1. If you got $100, I'm trying to save 75% of that. If you don't necessarily need it, don't get it. It's a difference between a want and a need. What you want can be put on hold. What you need, get it done. Other financial problems I had was trying to keep up with the Joneses. I had maintained this image a long time that I try to keep. So when the joints come out, I want them. Oh, these $200 pants, I'm trying to buy them. Oh, this sweater is $100, I'm trying to get it. When I realized like, yo, I'm living outside of my means. So therefore it's like, yo, you got a budget, look for stuff on sale. It's work, because like you can't try to run a business and start a business, but trying to buy the expensive stuff too when you really don't got the income coming in. These banks ain't really giving loans out. So sometimes you got to put your own money into your business. You got to believe in yourself, and nobody ain't going to believe in your business like you is. Nobody going to fund your business the way you is. And I learned that, and that's the beautiful thing about it. You feel me? I'm self-made, self-paid. I'm happy of it. My body is tatted up, and I would never go nowhere to take it off, because I look at it like, if you don't accept the way I am and I'm coming into these offices, I could always turn around, because I done built my brand to where I need to be, where I could probably make it without you. It might take me longer, but I'm going to get there. FOB was nobody never gave us no chance. We went to Milk Rivers, I murdered it. The 5 Spot, we bodied it. Club Republic, I did that. The Juicy Box, I did that. Little spots, to a point now, I put my name in that dirt. And that same guy that came to me and said, yo, take my email, was the same guy that came to me and said, yo, what's good, bro? It's nice in here. And he put his hands around me. He said, yo, what's your number? Let's exchange numbers so we can do something together. And I scratched my head. I'm like, I remember this moment. I said, yo, bro, take my email. And he looked at me. He started laughing. He said, yeah, I did that to you, right? I said, yeah, that's that opportunity that you passed on. He said, yeah, I deserve that. He said, but I'm going to hit you up on Instagram. I was like, all right, cool. And it wasn't personal. It was just business. Because now you need me. I'm the hottest thing walking in these streets now. You need me now. So why should I help you when you ain't want to give me the opportunity when you was on? That's why it's never good to shit on no person. Because you never know when you're going to meet that person when you're going down and they coming up. Help a person. I sit and me and my little brother, we talk every day. And I sat there and say, yo, gang, I'm going to show you something different. We going to take this podcast, we're going to take it to another level. We looking at the analytics. Shout out to the 100+ subscribers on YouTube. You don't know how much it means, the comments that y'all leave. Like, it means so much to me to hear Siri read it over and over to me that y'all enjoying what I'm bringing to y'all. the messages that I'm getting on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, how I motivate y'all to start your own business. Like, you feel me? I'm showing you the real me. This is the book of Cnote. I ain't coming in here every week and I'm not capping about it. I really live this life and I got a whole bunch of pain in each page, every chapter. So he be reading, he like, yo, you got listeners in Germany and France and the UK and in Chicago, North Carolina, South, Georgia. But my biggest market is in New York. Brooklyn, like, yo, Brooklyn love you. And I'm trying to, like, Brooklyn love me, but I'm trying to have Africa to love me. I'm trying to have Paris to love me. I'm trying to have Afghanistan to love me. I'm trying to go to China, Hong Kong. I want them to love me out there. I want to gas up that private jet and we on our way. These are dreams I have. I write down dreams. I write down goals. And I sat there and said, I'm not going to stop until all these are accomplished. Because not only I'm doing this for me, I'm showing my son is no obstacle out here that can stop you from following your dreams. I told my son, try to touch the ceiling. And he like, I'm too short. I can't. Can't should never be a word that you could say. And just say, I'm not touching the ceiling right now, but soon I will be. Because there's no limits to us. We going to keep pushing. There's no limits. Like my sister last week, that PhD is no limits to us. And we going to keep on pushing. Yo, CJ, you my manager. This is what we need. We need this. We need that. He called me back. Yo, bro, this is the way we could do it. This is the way we could do it. We doing the research. It's no limits to us. We are Rochelle Wolves. It's no limits to Rochelle Wolves. When Tati get herself together, I'm going to put her under the wings. Because shout out to the new LLC business that I started, Black Cnotes. That's me. That's that black dollar. We took that black dollar and turned to the black hundreds because that's what we be all about. We going to circle this black dollar. I'm going to find ways to open up a podcast studio to create more jobs. Nonprofits to have more people at that front desk. We not stupid. We smart. But we just limit ourselves. And I am the voice to change that. I am the look to change that. So if you got anything that you want to just tell me to better this podcast, questions that you need help with, you could DM me on Instagram and Twitter at BBNIC _. I answer all messages. You could email me. CJ going to definitely get it. He going to get back to me. To BBNICpodcast@gmail.com. No question is a dumb question. Sometimes you need a helping hand, and I'm offering myself out there to help you. When the party world come back out, get back open, and you want to start getting into parties, hit me up. I'm willing to expand my team. I'm willing to put money in everybody's pockets. If you got a business adventure and it makes sense to me, I'm willing to sit down and work the king cycle to let's get it going. But don't think you want to hit me up with an idea and then what I'm preaching right now and what I'm saying right now going to be, oh, he going to automatically go for it, because I'm not. I'm going to just tell you, go back and do the research and come back when it's correct. If it's a good idea, I'm going to sit down with you and we're going to shape it, we're going to mold it and see how the best way we can execute this. Because I'm trying to push for more black businesses. I'm trying to circle this black dollar in our neighborhood. Let's get into these real estate. Let's buy these buildings. There's nothing wrong with it. If they can do it, we can too. Let's build each other instead of tearing each other down. And this is season 1 at that. Season 2, I want to explore to different people. Everybody got a story. Everybody went through a struggle. Everybody had that dark time. Come on the show. Let us know what that dark time was and how you seeing this light now. Because my story helping people, your story can help another. You never know. We let's do this as a community. And if that's something you want to do, you can hit me on IG, you can hit me on Instagram, you could, hit me up on YouTube, you could leave your comment, I'm gonna get back to you. DM me your number, you could email me, I'm here. Use me while you can. And this is the BBNIC show. I am FOB Cnote. Blonde Poppy if you nasty. The Hood Ray Charles. Blonde Stepper. Big Stepper. And I'm off this.